Hey everyone! Hope you're having a great day as always. My name is Warren Howe from Facademy, and today we'll be talking about a very interesting stock. Very excited. I'm personally very excited to be sharing this with you guys. That's why I have a thesis compile and just put in the form of slides to be sharing with you. Yep. So this stock is very profitable, highly profitable. Yeah. High growth and huge growth catalysts moving forward. So this is what this stock about. Drum roll, please. What is this stock? It is none other than Coinbase. Now I know what you guys are thinking, right? Oh, why do we have to invest in a crypto asset, related crypto asset? Because the crypto prices are actually going down, or why should we be investing in NFT? Now I'm a businessman. I'm a business owner, right? I care about adoption. I care about improving TAM, growing TAM. I talk about consumption trend, and what is the thing that everyone, millennials, Gen Y, Gen Z, what are they all talking about today? It's none other than crypto, right? Money flow is actually moving towards crypto because they deem that this is another asset class that is underappreciated, which we'll be talking about in a little bit. But this is why I'm actually invested in Coinbase. All right. Other than that, it's actually the business model. Now, I'll be sharing actually 5 reasons why I would personally own Coinbase. Yep, and I'm not a financial advisor. Hopefully you guys do your own due diligence to be incorporating in your thesis. We, Facademy, we are here to share our own thesis. We're here to share our own analysis and our own bullish reasons. But other than that, we'll also be talking about the risks involved in this business. So hopefully you guys can actually emulate it or refine it, consider this as a sharing so that you can incorporate in your own informed buying decisions to make a proper investment decision. Yeah. So again, for Academy, we are here to empower people. Yeah, we're empowering people to grow their net worth through stocks. Yeah, via investing or trading. So this is what Academy is all about. And you guys know the drill. Show a brother some love. Right? Show a brother some love. Subscribe if you haven't. Smash that subscribe button if you haven't. Smash that like button if you enjoyed this video. And yes, that is me sitting on the bear. That means that we can conquer bear markets together. That's what Academy is all about. Yeah, we share thesis, we empower each other, and you know how it is. Okay. Now this is the first reason why I'm personally bullish on Coinbase. Yep, number 1. So the first reason is I'm investing in the house. I love this business model. Yep. To be frank, I'm not a crypto guy. I have 0 crypto in my personal portfolio. Yep. But I want to be getting into this space. So how do I get into this space without being directly investing in crypto? I invest in the house that controls the crypto, right? So not necessarily control, but it's a platform where people buy and sell their crypto assets. So it's like trading stocks. Yep. So people go to IBKR, they go to Fidelity, they go to your local brokerages to be trading stocks, buying and selling, and the brokerages earn a profit, right, from the transaction revenues. That is what Coinbase is. That is the house. Yep. So why am I bullish on this reason? Why am I bullish on this business model? Basically, they have low inventory. Right? They have no inventory risk because they don't own crypto. Now they do own crypto, which we'll be covering in a little bit, but majority of their revenues is actually of transaction fees. So this is a snapshot from the annual report. The company's service is comprised of a single performance obligation to provide a crypto asset matching service when customers buy, sell, or convert crypto assets on the platform. Yep, it's as simple as that. Now, again, why am I so bullish on this business model? Is because they got no inventory risk, right? Well, low, because a portion of the revenue is actually buying and selling crypto, but it's not significant. 85 to 90% right now, yep, on their revenue stream is actually heavily dependent on transaction revenues. So I love that, right? I love it that it's an asset light model, and that will be reflected in the balance sheet. Yep. Win or lose, people either profit from crypto, lose money from crypto. As long as there's transactions, Coinbase will win as a house. So again, in a casino, gamblers don't win. Gamblers will lose money over time. The house always wins. It's the same concept. Yep. So that's number 1. Now, if we look at the breakdown in revenues, breakdown in revenue streams, this was actually taken from the Q3 2021, right? Third quarter results. Now, if we look at the revenue breakdown, we can see 85% of their revenues is actually from transaction. Yeah, majority of the margins revenue streams actually gotten from retail. Yeah, which comprises of 4.56 billion in transaction revenue. Why did I emphasize the billion? Later we'll be talking about that. Yep. And another revenue stream, which is actually what they call subscription and services revenue. So I won't be touching too much on this into too detail on what these revenues are in this video, but in general we got stuff like blockchain rewards. Now blockchain rewards is in a form where they stake their coins in blockchain protocols, and they actually earn staking fees. Now basically protocols, because they want to see whether or not the network works, so they actually pay interest rates on whoever is actually willing to stake their coins. It's something like that. Correct me if I'm wrong, crypto guys, right? I'm not a crypto guy myself, but I love the business model. Again, I look at the mechanics of the business, and when 85% of it is in transaction, is the house, I want to own some. Yep. So other than that, there's custodial fee revenue, which basically comprises of the how they earn money is actually storing crypto assets for their customers offline, which is actually what is called a cold storage. Yep. So cold storage is actually, if you store it offline, again, it's very technical. That's why I don't want to be too technical into this video. But when they store offline, right, on what they call cold storage, they are actually protecting it from hackers outside. Yep. They're actually protecting hackers from hacking into their customers' funds, customers' balance sheet. Okay, so that's the second one. The third one is actually earning campaign revenue, where they have crypto asset providers, and crypto asset providers want to be educating about crypto, right? Educating about NFTs. So when they do that, they have actually this very good ecosystem where they get revenue off that. So it's not a huge chunk, but eventually, why am I bullish also, which will be later part of the video, stay tuned, we'll be talking about how they can diversify of their revenue streams. Yeah, so that's the majority of their subscription and services based revenue, and which comprises of 6% currently, and the remaining it's actually what they call other revenue, which is crypto asset sales revenue. Basically, it's the same as iBuying and property, where they buy and sell homes. In this case, they buy and sell their own crypto assets, which comprises of 9%. And by the way, these subscription, especially subscription and services revenue, is actually 12% of net revenue just in Q3 alone. Over here. Okay, now this is the revenue breakdown. So this is why I'm invested, because if I see a business model that is sexy enough to be as a house where they do not care where people profit or loses in transaction revenues, then I'm in. And we can see that, again, this is a high growth stock. In 2020 Q3, their revenues just off transactions is 619 mil. That grew 7.35 times in a year. You see that high growth to it's a 4.5 B company, right? Just of 9 months, they're 5.3 B in net revenues. So that's how insane their huge growth is. We'll be talking about financials later, so stay tuned. Number 2 is huge growth. Okay, growth in MTUs, monthly transaction users, trading volume, and market share. So high growth. Now, we can observe, now this is actually taken from their Q3 earnings call. This is where Brian Armstrong, the CEO, was actually telling people that the total crypto market cap at the end of Q3 was 2.0 trillion. Now, I thought it was 2.5, but anyway, it's 2.0 trillion. 2 trillion. This was up from 800 billion at the end of 2020. Now, I know what you guys are thinking, right? 2020, 2021 is insane. Crypto has gone off the roof. Bitcoin went to 60K. It dropped back down. The question is, will this momentum keep moving forward? Now, what do you guys think? I personally think that this momentum will continue to grow simply because crypto is deemed more and more like a safe haven to be in a decentralized system, away from all that Fed mess, all the fiat money. So this is where I see momentum and growing TAM. That's why I'm also invested in this business, because they are actually capturing a huge TAM moving forward. Now, I know it's risky and volatile, which we'll be covering in the risk part, but up from crypto market cap up is only going to go up higher in versus all the other asset classes, right? Crypto, we got 2 trillion. Stocks, we got 96 trillion. Bonds, we got 120 trillion. And property, we got 300 trillion, right, which is the biggest asset class. So there's a lot of room to grow in relation to this TAM. Furthermore, when we look at the number of user growth, MTUs, assets on the platform, and trading volume, this tells me this not only does this company is capturing a huge chunk of that TAM, but this company is actually killing it in terms of market share and their branding. Yeah. So in 2020, we can see verified users in millions grow 87%. Doesn't stop there. The MTUs a month grew 363%, right, from third quarter 2020 to third quarter 2021. Their assets on the platform grew 608% to 255 billion, and the trading volume, guys, is already at 1.1 trillion. 1.1 trillion with a T, and this grew by 981%. The net income grew by 1,008, which we'll be talking about later, and the adjusted EBITDA grew 1,001%. Now, again, if this is not growth, then you tell me what is growth, because I see huge flywheel momentum in this, and I see huge growth percentages. Yep. The question is that going to be reflected in the future, and will the growth remain to be that high? Well, personally, no. How can there be 1,000% over a 5-year period, right? It has to drop somehow. But the question is, though, will the adoption keep on going, right? We looked into that's why I'm painting this picture. Yep, I'm painting a picture of total market cap for crypto, which is 2 trillion as of Q3. Will this asset class only grow more and more in the future? If this asset class in terms of market cap will grow, then you will expect this, everything here from MTUs, monthly transacted, to trading volumes and assets on the platform to only grow. So that is personally why I'm bullish on this company. Yep. And furthermore, what is interesting is they used to be very heavy on Bitcoin and Ethereum. Now, when it comes to the crypto world, we all know the big boys, right? It's either, I'm not even a heavily, well-studied crypto guy, but I know Bitcoin and Ethereum comprises of huge, of reasons why this comprises of huge reasons why crypto is actually there, right? Market cap actually comprises more crypto, Bitcoin and Ethereum. So when I see this, I can see more diversification in terms of their other coins, right? So we got supported assets, right? 45 plus assets on here, and in store 90 plus assets. That means they have a diverse selection of coins right now, which in the crypto world is tons of coins. But what I'm trying to bring out is that there's a huge diversification. So it's not really just dependent on Bitcoin and crypto. So when it comes to the risks, we can see that the Bitcoin price volatility, it reflects to Coinbase stock price. So if Bitcoin goes up, most likely Coinbase will go up. If Bitcoin goes down, then most likely Coinbase will go down as well. That is because the market sentiment and people are looking at them that, okay, they are heavily dependent on Bitcoin, they're heavily dependent on Ethereum. This is where I'm trying to say that they are diversifying from their protocol. They're diversifying from their own balance sheet. So in Q3, Brian Armstrong said that today we see 59% of our trading volume in Q3 coming from other crypto assets. 59%. So this is growth in another way of diversification. So this is why I'm bullish on them. Number 3 is they're a market leader. Now think about it. They are the first go-to brand. I am not a crypto guy, and when I look at their website, I look at their platform, I think about Coinbase as the Tesla of all EV cars. Coinbase is the market leader. It's the first go-to brand that people go if they just want to get started on crypto, right? So when that is the first go-to brand, people also feel safer because we all know there's a lot of scams when it comes to crypto, and that solves the credibility issue. They are gaining dominant market share because 1.1 trillion in trading volume for crypto is huge. And obviously the most important thing when it comes to people's money is whether or not the money is secure. So this is why I'm investing in them. And this is another reason. This was extracted actually from their annual report, their S1. So institutional trading volume, yep, is the majority as of Q4 2020. Majority trading volume. Okay. Now again, what does this show? Because if you guys remember from the previous slides, majority of their revenue is actually coming from retail. That means they're actually getting more premiums, more margins of retailers and smaller. I would say 0.003 or 5% of institutions, something like that. If we look at the price breakdown, overall an average is 0.5%, but a majority of trading volume is actually on institutions. Now, what does this tell us? It tells us that people, especially big money, smart money, what they call it, institutions, money flow, is actually deeming more of this as a safer haven, and this will actually create a more stable price. Stable. Yep. When institutions are actually into any asset class, you would see lesser buying and selling. You will see more informed decisions other than the retailers. Yep, so this is a very high bullish case for me when I see transactions into the platform. Okay, so number 4, they are profitable. They are very profitable. Okay, huge net income growth and healthy balance sheet. Now, when we look at the Q3 results in terms of their income statement, right? We look at total revenues. They are already at 5.34 billion. Net and other revenue combined, which is what we looked at earlier in the video. Okay. Now, if we look at the operating expenses and we look at operating income, they are already EBIT positive of nearly 50%. 50% operating income. Yep. If we take 2.1B divided by 5.3, it's actually close to 50%. Yep. Net income wise, it is 2.7 because they added the benefit from provision of income taxes. I won't take that into account. I just want to look at the EBIT, or I will look at the income from provision of after income taxes, 2.1. That constitutes a 40% net income margin. So you see where they were. They were at a 692 mil revenue since 2020 Q3 and a net income of 176 mil. That is where I love the business model. This is what I'm talking about as a house, because as a house, you get higher margins, you get lesser operating expenses. Now, this is a company back in 2020 where they did not have to spend not any single, but very, very low in relation to their total revenues on sales and marketing. It's all organic growth. And this is all dependent, right, funneled from the market share that we talked about earlier in the video. Right? Market share, first go-to brand. Their branding is the first, is basically literally the first app that people use and secure. That is, they're actually having rent-free, right, market share in people's minds when it comes to crypto. Yeah. So then, of course, like any other crypto service right now, Voyager, any other crypto platform, they're spending tons and tons of sales and marketing, and we can actually see that ramp up. But it's only still 8% of total net revenue. Only 8%. Now again, if we are talking about, I always like to talk about flywheel. I always like to talk about momentum and growth. When we see lesser spending on sales and marketing, we see operating leverage by them decreasing their operating expenses. And furthermore, if they can keep up the momentum of increasing their revenue margins, that's how they can scale and be more and more profitable. So why is being a net profitable company very important at these times right now? Because these times right now, they are all, the whole market is actually bashing down on companies where it's less, they got no income, no profits, low balance sheets, or even practically like high debt. Yep. These are the companies that is getting beaten down. But right now, their financials actually tell us otherwise. They are highly profitable, and looking at a balance sheet, if we consider the cash that they have in the bank account, it's close to 6.3 billion. It's 6.3 billion right here. Yeah, that brings us the total assets to be 18B and the total liabilities to be 13B. Now, if we take away the custodial funds that they actually have, because it offsets with each other, yeah, customer custodial funds versus customer custodial funds due to customers, you will have to offset 8.9B. So if you offset 8.9B and you just cancel off the total assets, you will have close to 10B in total assets and 5B in total liabilities, which brings the net shareholders' equity of 5 billion. That is still a healthy, very healthy balance sheet when it comes to current assets or long-term liabilities. Yep. So this actually checks out in forms of if we were to invest. Now, I did mention before, like you can scroll back in the previous videos in terms of our strategy 2022. We talked about investing in companies with better financials, good growth prospects, good balance sheet. In my opinion, this personally checks everything out in my own criteria to be investing and trading in stocks this year. Yeah, so this is why we're very bullish. Number 5, growth catalysts coming ahead. Revenue diversification, NFT to be a huge contributor. Now, if you guys have been following Coinbase for a while, you will know that they're going to be launching a new NFT platform, and they'll be competing against OpenSea. Now, OpenSea at the moment is the most reputable NFT platform that people go to. A lot of them are scams, I'm pretty sure. But OpenSea works with Ethereum. Now, again, I won't be diving too deep into this platform and too deep into the technicals. But when I look at when I think about a new acquisition or a new potential product, I think about revenue contribution. I think about growth. So looking at their 3 quarters revenue, which is 5.3B, financial year, their guidance, they would expect to have 1.8 billion in revenues Q4. And if you add everything up, it will be close to 7 billion, right? 7 billion in 2021. That's Coinbase. Now, when I look at that, I look at how much of a contribution in revenues can the new NFT platform provide in this total revenue. And just looking at volume in OpenSea, in 30 days, they had 3 billion in transaction volume. Now, OpenSea charges 0.25% on every transaction in their NFT platform, so you can actually work out the math. If you take 3B times by 12, we would get OpenSea revenue of close to 1 billion. Now, that is just on Ethereum, and that is just on OpenSea. Imagine with all the crypto assets and that Bitcoin, that Coinbase has right now, and all of the NFTs, especially with the branding, especially with whatever they can provide, how much of a revenue contribution can that be in their total 7B revenue? That's the question that we have to ask ourselves. Even on a 1B, right? Imagine that they launch NFT next year, and that can generate 1B. That will also contribute 14 to 15% of their current total revenues. Yep. And right now, as we go along, 3 million people users are already queuing onto their NFT platform to be able to trade there. Yep. So this is why coming soon, right? 3 million users. And, all the headlines comes out, right? Coinbase partners with MasterCard to enable broader purchase of NFTs. Coinbase FairX acquisition prompts a one-stop shop for crypto financial services. So this is actually the growth catalyst that I'm talking about. Imagine Coinbase to be a whole fintech company. They are preaching to be a fintech company, in fact. That's their mission. It's a one-stop shop. People can take loans of, providing collateral from their crypto. People can take, transaction fees. If, let's say, we move into a decentralized world, Coinbase is the one to go. Yep. So there's huge fintech platform, fintech services future, and subscription and services-based revenues actually make up 11% of total net revenues in Q3 2021. Yep. This is their mission, very strong, create an open financial system for the world. So now we talked about the bullish reasons. Let's talk about the risks. Yep. So the risks are that, obviously we talked about it just now, Bitcoin will be, they'll be very, in terms of stock price movement, if Bitcoin goes down, as we can see in November, September, October, the pattern is actually the same. Yep. Other than that, the risks involved is that Coinbase is heavily relying on crypto. Now, obviously, with the huge, whether we like it or not, crypto movement is still the same as stocks. If overall stock market is doing bad because of inflation, then we'll expect crypto to be going down as well. If actually the overall movement is actually going up, where Bitcoin is going up, because Bitcoin is the major mover of the crypto market, then everything will be going up as well. Yep, if the stocks are actually going up, crypto will be moving up. So this is actually the risk involved, where it's an early mover and there's not enough data for Coinbase to be making an informed decision, because they just got listed last year. So we still need more historical performance. But that being said, when we look at stock price movement and stock chart, they're actually sitting on a very comfortable support level. Now their earnings are coming soon, right? We got a whole earnings quarter coming in, and we can see beaten down prices. We can see good financials, good growth, huge growth, in fact. Now, these are the catalysts that I would want to see before coming to earnings, and I would start a position right now. I would personally start a position simply because they're actually sitting on support. Yeah, these are all, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. These are all the bullish reasons and the bearish reasons on why when we are building a thesis on Coinbase. Hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you.